Trump, according to Chris Cillizza at CNN, Trump has just gotten the best polling news of his presidency. Now, as we all know, no, he's never been at 50% or over. I don't know if that's the first president in the history of the presidency, probably. But, excuse me. Yeah, he's the first president, according to CNN, never to rise above the halfway mark in the Gallup poll. But he's pretty damn close right now. In Gallup's latest poll, released this morning, 49% approve of the job that Trump is doing as president. 49%, 50% disapprove. Trump's previous high was in April last year when he got to 46% approval in Gallup. And the first poll Gallup conducted when Trump became president in January 2017 showed him at 45%. Now, to put this into perspective, hold on a second, y'all. I need a little light in here. Trump's current 49% approval puts him ahead of where Barack Obama was at the same time in his first term. Right now, in Obama's first term, he was at 46%, which is, as Chris Cillizza points out, that's absolutely remarkable given the first 3+ years of Trump's presidency and the fact that he became just the third president in American history to be impeached by the House. But see, the thing is, I don't give a shit if you believe the Gallup poll or not. I believe it. The Gallup polling organization, I do believe, because they've been at this for 50 years. They know how to do it. It doesn't surprise me one iota. American voters have always wanted a dictator. And part of that has to do with the Christian bullshit that saturates everything that we have done in our political life for the past 35 years because of Jerry Falwell and people like that. So it does not surprise me. And in fact, what surprises me is that Trump is not over 50%. This is the age of the dictator. We saw this before, back in the 30s, the 20s and the 30s, with the rise of fascism and the age of the dictator. And you see where that got us. 50, 60, 70, 80 million people butchered, slaughtered, blown to pieces, atomized, death camps, poison gas, all sorts of shit, okay? And it's probably going to happen again because it had happened in 1914 also. That's just what human beings do. We destroy ourselves and we destroy everything we can get our goddamn hands on. This is just the nature of humans. Don't ask me why. I have no idea. I really don't. It makes me sad, but if you look at the history of the human species, all you see is slaughter, religious bullshit, political bullshit, slaughter, religious bullshit, slaughter. Okay? The Democratic-led impeachment effort, Chris Cillizza points out, likely contributed to Trump's strengthening numbers. Of course. But you see it most clearly in the fact that, according to the latest Gallup poll, 94% of self-identified Christian Republicans said they approve of the job Trump is doing. Now, I added the word Christian, but that's simply because Republicans, almost to the last person, will tell you that they're Christian. They believe in the Lord Jesus Christ and death on the cross and resurrection and all this other happy horse piss that Republicans and Christians constantly put out there to force in everybody else's face. But I digress. Now, that 94% in the Republicans is up 6 points from those who said the same thing in Gallup's poll last month before the trial. And that 94% approval is Trump's highest rating. And here's what it means. among other things. It means it's one of the signs that Trump will be reelected. There is no fucking question about this, Democrats. You can go vote as many as you want. If the numbers start to indicate that there's going to be a Democratic president, whoever the nominee happens to be, then the system will be altered just enough to let that not happen. But the expectation is, it's my expectation too, is that Democrats are just going to say, oh, fuck it, I don't care. And they're not going to vote. You know where I get that? The Democrats who turned out last night for the Democratic Party caucuses in Iowa, this is before there was any indication that the dumb fuck Democrats couldn't even get that right. The numbers of Democrats who turned out for the Iowa caucuses were not what the Democratic Party expected. They were much lower. What does that tell you? Anyway, Salissa says it's not hard to see the impeachment investigation in the House and subsequent trial in the Senate as the prime driver of the near total fealty. And there's a difference between loyalty and fealty, right? Loyalty, you're loyal to someone as long as they're doing a good job, as long as they're keeping within the parameters of what you expect in terms of politics from a leader. Fealty means no matter what the son of a bitch does, you will support him. Doesn't make any difference. Anyway, this near total fealty that Republicans are now exhibiting toward Trump, the impeachment trial, Salissa says, is the main driver of that. See what I mean? Seriously, what's the point? What's the use of putting out the effort? The Democrats presented evidence that would have found if it would have been a civil or criminal trial, any person found guilty halfway into what the Democrats had to say as they presented their case to the Senate. And the senators don't give a fuck. They couldn't care less. And the people who put the senators in. This is why I keep telling you, if you're expecting the Senate to flip to the Democrats in this year in 2020, you are in for a cold shower right in your face. It's not going to happen. If you are expecting the Democrats to increase their lead in the House, you're in for another cold blast. It's not going to happen. And God help you if you still believe that there's going to be a Democratic president January, 2021. It's not going to happen. Now, I don't like saying that. I don't want to come across like I know something that you can't find out too. This is shit that I pick up from scanning reliable news sources, from listening to people, from looking at Twitter feeds. I know I shouldn't. Going to respectable news sources. Every indication is that the age of the dictator is upon us, and Trump is the American dictator, and he's going to be there until he dies in office. He's not going to lose the re-election, and come 2024, he's not going to leave. They're going to have to carry him out in the box. But I digress.
Hi, Truth Seekers. It's Kathy Malloy. Only you can help save the life of a progressive podcast. Visit MikeMalloy.com and help us keep it lit through the impeachment, the 2020 election, and beyond.